What's up, gentlemen? Welcome to day 7 of the 7-day positivity challenge. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some observations that I've had over the past 6 days. I'll be sharing with you the positivity prompt for today's positivity video, and I'll finish up with acknowledgements. Keep watching. Once again, gentlemen, welcome to day 7 of this week of positivity. I'm going to take some time to observe how you feel about making it to day 7 of the challenge and how you feel about the positivity videos that you've made up until this point. As a guy myself, I know that I don't take much time to check in with my feelings, and that's something that I've actually really been working on for myself for all of 2020, I would say. And I've noticed that as I tune into that part of my being, that ability to sense and feel feelings and emotions, it's actually made me a more well-rounded person. So I want you to take some time to check in with yourself. How do you feel? What do you think? Okay, and not just from your first perspective, inside out. Take a look at what it's like from a third perspective, objective perspective, and recognize any thoughts, feelings that come up in regards to your accomplishment of finishing this week of positivity. And I'll say that again. What do you think? How do you feel about your accomplishment of completing this week of positivity? Now hit pause and take some time to do that and then come back. Okay, how was that process? How was that checking in with yourself? Make note of it in your journal, and feel free to mention a few bullet points when you make your positivity post for today. Acknowledging your wins, your accomplishments, your victories, your achievements is essential to developing a positive mindset. I'll say that again. It is essential. It is vital. It is important. The reason I know this is because through most of my late teens all the way to maybe mid 20s and even into my 30s, I would strive, accomplish, and then I would just brush it off like it was nothing, right? Imagine what that does on a subtle level to one's psyche, to one's belief in oneself, to one's worthiness, of tapping into one's worthiness, right? Of course it deteriorates it, or at least for myself, it didn't fuel my worthiness. It didn't fuel my passion or encouragement. It's just discounting it. All right. And I don't want you guys to experience that. And if you have up until this point, from this point forward, you are going to change that. Okay. Because it's an essential part of being a positive person in this world. Okay. And it's not just my experience, my opinion. Psychologists have shown that we as humans, not only do we need connection, we need to be recognized and seen and accepted by the community around us. And in celebrating our wins and in celebrating other people's wins, it really solidifies that connection. So it's not just from personal experience. Science and research has shown that it is important to celebrate our wins and the wins and accomplishments of other people. And that ties us directly into the positivity video for today. All right, the positivity prompt for today is positive celebration. Again, positive celebration. Now, before I go into the actual exercise for today, I want to give some context. Now, it's been mentioned from Bennett and Alex and Drew in different videos. Confidence has come up, this idea of confidence, and also competence. So confidence and competence have both been mentioned. And a lack of confidence has also been mentioned. And personally, I can trace a lot of my self-doubt, lack of self-worth, and lack of self-confidence to me not acknowledging my own achievements, not acknowledging my own progress in life, and not acknowledging and being aware of the progress of other people around me. And sort of like winning a gold medal and then acting like it's nothing. Right? Imagine what that does to your psyche on a subtle level. All right. So to really cultivate confidence, which has been mentioned, there's 3 things I believe you need to do. 1, develop your skills. 2, gain experience. And then 3, acknowledge your wins, your progress thus far. All right. And as Alex said in one of his resonance audio clips, confidence is a result, not a cause. So a lot of people think once I'm confident, I will do X, Y, Z. That's not the case. You need to say once or as I do X, Y, Z, I will develop my skill and I'll gain experience, and confidence comes as an after effect, as a consequence, as a result. Okay? And then the third thing is to acknowledge and celebrate your progress, your accomplishment, your win. And that ties us in. Now that there's that context, it ties us into the prompt of positive celebration. Okay? Now, the way in which you're going to do this is you're going to create a jar of awesome. This is a amazing little tool that I first heard about from Tim Ferriss. He was on Chase Jarvis's podcast, and they were talking about how mindset plays a key role. And then somewhere in the conversation, Tim said he has a jar of awesome. And this is important for a lot of high achievers, people that want to change the world. They need to acknowledge their wins. They need to celebrate. And the way in which I want all of you to start doing this, at least give it a try, is to create a jar of awesome. All right? And it's important. Don't just get the concept. I want you to create your own little jar, container, box, whatever it may be, of awesome. All right? Then you can also put affirmations on it, like I am worthy, I am enough, I am loved, so on and so forth. All right? Then what you're going to do is your first entry into your jar of awesome is you're going to get a piece of paper. I have little blank business cards. That's what I use. And you're going to write the date on it. So 5, 10, 20. And you're going to write a win on that card. Okay. So what I wrote is I led a transformative positivity challenge, right? I connect with it. I resonate with it. I acknowledge my own win. And then it goes in the jar of awesome. Now, the beautiful part is this tool serves many roles, okay? One, you're acknowledging your wins, your accomplishments, your progress. And two, it also acts as a reboot, as a reminder, so that if you had a really shitty day, a really terrible day, maybe you had an epic failure that just devastates your confidence, that devastates your positivity, that puts you in this headspace that you can't just get out of it. You've tried your positivity anchors, and the music and the quote doesn't help you. You've tried being around positive people, and that doesn't help you. You've tried reframing. You've tried all these different things that we've been practicing up to this point, and you still find yourself in an unpleasant space, a dark space, a negative space. You can turn to your jar of awesome, pull out one of your cards, and this is one that I wrote on 4/24/20. So it was at the end of the second positivity challenge I led. It says, I am taking my positivity to the next level, 100%. Now, as I read that, I remember the state of mind I was in, how I felt. I felt like now I am in a place where I can confidently lead many of these positivity challenges without any question or inhibition, because I've developed the capability, the competence to do so. So if I ever doubt myself, here it is to remind me, and that goes in my jar of awesome. All right. Some other tools which you can use is if you get mementos, awards. I've received many awards, but I would brush them off. But now I've learned how important these awards are. So this one I want to share with you is I ran the LA Marathon this year. It was the 35th LA Marathon, and I finished. And this is a good reminder that if at any time I feel like I want to quit, I feel like I'm too tired, or whatever the excuses might be, I can look at something like this and realize what it took to finish the LA Marathon. It wasn't just marathon day itself, it was all the training leading up to it, and realizing all the different headspaces I was in during the race, feeling great in the beginning, feeling utterly shattered and wanting to quit towards mile 20, 25, and even the last part of the leg saying just fuck it, it's not worth it. I don't feel happy, I don't feel joy, my body just hurts, I'm irritated, frustrated. Meanwhile, I have this medal just put around my neck, and realizing that sometimes in the moment you don't feel the victory, but you can always look back and realize that through some of your darkest moments, you get the best wins, okay? Now, to summarize the prompt for today, the prompt is positive celebration, and the way in which you're going to start practicing celebrating your own accomplishments, your own wins, is you're going to create a jar of awesome. And then you're going to use cards, paper, whatever it might be, and you're going to make note of small wins, medium wins, big wins, life-changing wins, and you're going to make note of them and track and document your own journey. All right, this will also contribute to your overall fulfillment. Okay, then once you've done that, I want to see in your video your jar of awesome. So it's not just theoretical. I want you to create some sort of container. All right, mine's called jar of awesome. Yours can be a box or other container of awesome. And you're going to share with us your first entry into your jar of awesome, and then you're going to just speak about your overall experience of what it felt like to finish 7 days of positivity, and I want to hear you acknowledge yourself for making it all the way through. Okay, looking forward to seeing each of you celebrate and acknowledge your wins. And with that said, I'll move into acknowledgements. All right, now acknowledgements. If you made it this far, I've given context as to why acknowledgements and recognition is important. So I want to acknowledge and recognize each of you and the effort and the time and the energy that you put into this challenge. As I mentioned in one of the previous videos, a lot of people raise their hand and say, yes, I'm in, but not a lot of people finish. A lot of people start a marathon, but not a lot of people finish. Okay, so each of you have made it to day 7, and I want to recognize and acknowledge you for that. More specifically, I want to acknowledge Drew and Alex for participating in all 3 positivity challenges that I've led this year. So essentially, they've done 21 days of positivity, and it's been rewarding to see their progress and to also receive their support and encouragement along the way. It's really taught me how valuable being around a tribe, a community of positive men is. It's really helped level up my own willingness to do this. So Drew and Alex, thank you for being on this journey with me, and I want to acknowledge the transformation that I've observed in each of you. Drew, I see you more fully embracing that you are going to be a world-renowned screenwriter. Alex, I love seeing how you're actually taking all your wisdom that you've shared with me, that you've shared with Michael, that you've shared with other people, and actually putting it in a medium video form that more and more people can start to hear and resonate with your unique style of coaching. All right, so thanks for bringing that to the table. Arthur has done 2. This is the second one Arthur has done, and what I want to acknowledge for you, Arthur, is what I observe anyways is that you're more comfortable with sharing who you are and what you're about. I can tell you're like a contemplative person. You like to spend time really discerning the whole process, and I love how now you might still have resistance, but now the channel is a little bit more open, so you can just flow and share your amazing perspective with the rest of us. Positive vibes as well. You've gone through multiple challenges with me, most of them being in 2018, and Dan as well has done previous challenges. And for the 2 of you, I want to acknowledge the progress and the growth that I see in you. All 3 of us were in a certain state of or certain place in 2018, and now here we are in this present state, and I can see that each of us have refined who we are as individuals, and it's beautiful and great to see that. Carlos, thanks for participating, and Bennett, thanks for participating. Of the guys in the group, I think the 2 of you had the least amount of context for what this challenge was and what it was about, and I want to thank you for just trusting the process. There wasn't a lot of what is this. You just stepped in and you rolled with the punches, and I love being around people like that can trust the process and move with the group and then contribute to the group. So I want to acknowledge Carlos and Bennett for being a part of this challenge and bringing their own unique perspective. Some honorable mentions. I want to mention Brad. Brad, I know you've been sort of on the sidelines and whatever's going in your life. Realize that it's okay. You are where you're at. There's no judgment, there's no criticism. When you feel ready and comfortable, all of us are here to cheer you on and to give you support and to acknowledge you as you finish up the positivity prompt, the positivity challenges, because all the prompts are there for you to watch and all of our videos are there for you to gain inspiration. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to quit, okay? Stick through it, push through any resistance, and keep going, okay? Another honorable mention is Michael. Michael was here with us on day 1, and then on day 2, he actually messaged me privately and said that he didn't have enough mental bandwidth to participate fully in the challenge, which I really appreciated. I appreciated him letting me know and not just ghosting me and ghosting the group, as it were. He owned the fact that this is where I am, and he did it without apology, and he just said, look, I'm not in the right headspace. I don't want to force something that's not there, and I really appreciate and acknowledge him for that. All right, so I think I acknowledge each and every one of you, and then to practice what I preach, I want to acknowledge myself for successfully facilitating another positivity challenge, and I want to acknowledge my willingness to shift and adapt the video prompts to match what it is I see is needed with this specific group. All right. Once again, thank you so much. I would really appreciate it if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this positivity challenge with as many guys as you can. The more people that we bring into the challenge, the more guys are going to experience the same sort of transformation that you've experienced. It's going to make them a more positive person, and then those positive people are going to actually make a more positive world. That's what I truly believe, and that's what I aspire to make happen in this world, is by slowly sharing positivity with guys out there like us. The world is going to become a better place. Now, on the note of positivity and sort of deepening your experience with positivity, leveling up your experience with positivity, I put together a 21-day positivity bootcamp. I'm not going to go into it today, but just know that you got certain results from this positivity challenge. You're more aware. You have tools to practice positive thinking. This 21-day positivity bootcamp is going to go much deeper into the concepts, into the research, into the evidence behind positive thinking, and then you yourself are going to develop a positive habit so that regardless of the circumstances that are around you, you're going to have the tools and the capacity and the confidence to be positive in any moment you want. All right. With that said, I will catch you next time. Baby, baby, baby.